All right, welcome. Happy Monday to you all. So, here is the first thing I want to share with you. If you want to ask a question, this is the best way to do it. Colon, then your question. And I'm going to put this over on vertical as well. Got to make it smaller so you can see it. All right, so if you want to ask a question, that's how you do it. And if you have comments, you can put them in either TikTok or YouTube. And we're going to go through and we're going to show you how to make more money from your content. Who wants to learn how to do that? Make more money from your content. Anyone? And I'm going to try to check the comments as I go on both of these. So feel free. And if it's the first time you've seen me, put a 1 in the comments. If you have seen me here before, put a 2. What is going on, Mr. Lion? How are you, sir? So, yeah, so if you want, that is how you ask a question. Now, let's start out by talking about the painful problem, and that is why most creators stay broke. Why do most creators stay broke? Well, it's not the fact that your content, thank you, sir. I know you have always been a big supporter, and I appreciate that. It's not the fact that your content is bad. It's the fact that you get tiny payouts. And you know what happens when you get those tiny payouts? You realize what game you're playing. Hi, Al Hakim. I am answering any question you've got about how to better monetize your content. That's what I meant. And really, it starts by building income you own, not income that you rent. Because if you are trying to actually get paid by the platform, you're renting, right? Because this is how this works. Paid for ads. You don't get paid for your expertise. You don't get paid for how wonderful. Yeah, you do get discouraged with those tiny payments. You're paid for ads, not expertise. The advertisers decide to pay out video ads, display ads, brand deals if you're able to get them, right? And the average person with 1,000 followers or more might get about $60 a month if they are lucky. And what is going on here? Sorry about that. I'm trying to hit a button and I'm hitting the wrong one. And so you know what happened? See, here I am. This is what happens when you try to go live and you try to do this and you try to get all slick. So this is what happens when you get that $60 payout for all that time, right? This is what happens. Just discouraged. Just like go back, monkey man. You get discouraged, right? And then what you want to do is you realize that it doesn't matter what platform it is, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Discord, it's still rented. You don't own it, right? You don't own your Facebook. Now, Lion will be the first one to tell you that there was a time when Lion was making 5 figures a month just by posting videos on Facebook Reels. Because there was a time when Facebook had this Reels creator program and they were encouraging everybody and trying to attract everybody to create content for their platform. And they were paying out big money. Lion will tell you, big money, right? And then all of a sudden, it disappeared. Why? Because you do not own it. You do not have any of that. And it doesn't matter. Like I said, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok. It doesn't matter. They're all operating the same way. They're trying to keep you posting. And it's not about you making money. It's about you posting content, hoping you're going to make money. So we have to go a different way, right? We got to go a different way. And I buried the lead here with my friend Ray. So sorry about that. But we got to go a different way. We got to shift the model. We got to go from ad-based income to member-based income. Because this is a lottery ticket. Ad-based income is, man, I hope that I can do this, right? I hope that I can do this. And let me just go ahead and duplicate this to the overt. I hadn't planned on doing that, but I'm going to do it anyway. So there we go. We'll put that right over top of there, right? We'll put that right over top of there. So it's an income model shift is what it is. You got to quit worrying about getting paid by the platform. You got to worry about getting paid monthly. Let me ask you something. What are, and it's all about access, guidance, accountability, and community. Because the content that you create does have value, right? It's got value. So why aren't you getting paid commensurate with the value that you're creating? Because you're not getting paid monthly, and you're allowing the platform to determine how you get paid. So think about it like this. What are some of the most successful businesses in the world? Think about it. They're usually businesses that you pay every single month for some sort of benefit or service, right? It's either going to be a car, and unless you pay for the car all up front, right? Unless you buy it in one payment, you're paying every single month for it. So it is kind of like a membership or a subscription, because you don't get the benefit of that car if you don't keep paying that car payment. Same thing with a mortgage. You don't get to keep living in the house if you don't keep paying the mortgage. And so it's a monthly payment to the bank. Insurance, internet service, phone service, cable, right? They're all monthly. That is the way to go. You need a monthly model where it's your trust and your ability to solve people's problems that gets you paid. It's not how many views you get, right? So we all know that you need a different model. Now, what a lot of people will try to do, a Facebook group. Now, here's the problem. I'm not going to go into like a big comparison between all the platforms, but here's the problem with Facebook. You don't own it. Yes, it may be free, and it's great to be able to have some free place. But you ask Lion. Lion had a group with 4,000 people, and one day he woke up and they took it away from him. So even though it was had his name on it, he didn't own it, right? He didn't own that thing at all. Now, Patreon, you're going to pay anywhere between 15 and 20% of your revenue, and it's just clunky, right? Discord, same thing. Very difficult to use. You know, I was once in a high class mastermind on how to grow on YouTube, because I thought that was the thing, right? I just have to grow on YouTube. That was what I was told. And so I was in this high class thing. And rather than having a place that they owned, they had us in a Discord group. I'm like, what kind of rinky-dink operation are you guys running here for $1,000 a month? It was crazy. Didn't make any sense to me. So these three, they're out. But this one, SKOOL, not the school that you're probably familiar with, right? What are we doing here? Sorry about that, guys. There we go. All right, so there's the model shift. Right, so what you want to do is you need that model shift, okay? You need that model shift. And I'm going to come back to my friend here, Ray. So why school? Well, I'm going to show you why school with two people, and I just kind of gave you a hint a little bit about it. But let's go back here. Here's my friend Ray. All right. Ray is a guy who found me on TikTok. Sorry, let's get rid of these things so you can see. There we go. Whoops. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay. So my friend Ray, you may know him here on TikTok if you're watching there. But my friend Ray had a channel where he was helping people learn English. And Ray's qualified to help people learn English because he's a first generation Cuban born immigrant who migrated to South Florida, and then he learned extremely good English. He learned English very, very well. And then he developed and realized he had a talent for teaching English, and he liked teaching people English. So he was going live on TikTok and just teaching. And every once in a while, somebody might PayPal him 20 bucks here or there, but he didn't really have anything secured. Well, what he decided to do was start a school community. Now, here's where Ray is a little bit different than the average person. Ray is 67 years old. I've known Ray for almost 2 years now. Ray is 67. And Ray didn't know anything about this platform called Skool other than seeing me talk about it on TikTok Lives. So he waited for like 3 months. And if you look at what he says right here, and let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit so you can actually see this. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. You know what? We'll just take my face out of here, or we'll move me way down here so you can see. So Ray says his biggest regret was actually waiting. That was his biggest regret because he sat around for 3 months. But once he got off his butt and finally started doing something, look what Ray was able to do. In 10 weeks, he got 20 members. And his members are paying him $87 each. So, and now Ray's got about 13 members, I believe. That's his live right now. His live numbers is he's got 13 members paying him $87 a month. So Ray is still making well over $1,100 a month. Now here's the rub. You're not going to do that with TikTok or YouTube. For the most part, you're not going to do that. Now, let's take a look at my friend Cindy. Now, Cindy is already established here on TikTok. If you're watching me over there, hello. Look what Cindy did in 30 days. Cindy got 30 members, and Cindy was charging $99 a month for her group. And within 30 days, she had $3,000 worth of what we call monthly recurring revenue. In her first 4 days, she created $1,200, right? $1,287 a month in monthly recurring revenue. Again, not by getting paid by the platform, but by getting paid for knowledge, by getting paid for the value that she was providing to other people. So think about it in those terms. Get paid for value, not views. Get paid for expertise, not audience. Right? Because think about it this way. If you've got, just say 10,000, all right? Let's just use a ballpark. And I know that's a lot. I don't have anywhere near that, but that's okay. Let's just say you had an audience of 10,000 people. What if you could monetize 1% of 10,000? What if you could monetize 1% of 10,000? You know what that would make you? If you charge $2,500 a month, or I'm sorry, $25 a month to those 100 people out of 10,000, and 1% is nothing, because every channel has 1% of the audience, at least 1% of the audience that really, really likes that creator, and if that creator offered them something, they would take it. So think about it in those terms, right? One person. Or 1%, $25 each for that 1%. That's $2,500. That's $2,500 of revenue. So here's why this works. Because it's good not only for the average person, but here's what it's also good for. Where are my people here? Where are we going? What is going on? What is going on here? Oh, sorry about that. All right. It's good for the 40 plus crowd. All right. It's really good for the 40 plus crowd. Why? Because experience. People want experience. And you know what they've tired of? They've tired of the AI bullshit. They've tired of these people pretending that they have some sort of experience in something when they don't. So 40 plus, even though there's not as many of us on the school platform as there are in some of the other age groups, man, we know how to win because we know how to solve problems. We know how to be real. We know how to be genuine. We know how to help people. And look, here's the thing that wins. Give away all of your secrets. Believe it or not. Listen to me. Give away all your content, all of your secrets, all of your processes. Give it all away on your YouTube. Because there's a difference between DIY, which is done for you, or excuse me, do it yourself, and done with you. Give away the DIY. They'll pay for the DWY, which is done with you or done for you. Either one. That's what people will pay for. But if you give everything away, because people are like, well, if I give everything away, nobody will pay me. That's absolutely wrong. Because there's one thing that DIY can't do. That can't create accountability. It can't create somebody sitting there and helping you implement the things that you are learning. It also can't replicate, right? It cannot replicate the experience of somebody who actually cares about you. Because these people that are selling you courses, they don't care about you. All they care about is their money. And once they get your money, they are nowhere to be found. Nowhere. Right? Here's another thing. You don't need a big audience. What am I doing over here? What is going on over here? Okay? Yeah, you don't need a big audience. You don't. Not at all. A big audience is not necessary. In fact, to start a very successful community, and that's what a school group is, it's a community, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. But all you need is 10 people. You just need 10 people. 10 people to get the conversation going, and 10 people that you can ask questions to. Because how good would you feel right now if you had 10 people paying you $25 a month each? How good would you feel about that? Pretty cool, huh? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. How good would you feel about all that? You'd probably feel pretty cool, right? Because you'd be all over it. So yeah, the 40s win, man. The 40s win on school. And because we're real, right? We're not trying to fake anything. We're out here, we're being real. So, and I teach people how to do this. That's why I came up with my group. See, unlike a lot of people who came to this thing late, I've been on this platform for 3 years. I was there when there was nothing, right? I was there before you could even monetize a group. When I got started, you can only have a free group. And then they told you get 2 groups so you can have one paid and one free. But you had to have separate groups. Now you can have the same in every group. Now you can hold live calls on school. Now you can accept payments, and very soon you're going to be able to accept payments in all kinds of different currencies, and it's going to be instantaneous. Right now, they now have the ability where they can show all of you can have tiers of membership. All of this stuff takes place inside of a school community. And are you ready for this? Let me show you. Let me show you. Check this out. All right, we're going to go to my community page here. Start your school. So if you click on that link in my bio, yes, it's an affiliate link, so I would get money every month that you keep your group open. But look at this. You can start a business for $9 a month. Unlimited members, unlimited courses, unlimited live calls, a little bit higher transaction fee, and the other stuff you don't really need in the beginning. And then if you want to go big or go home, go for the pro plan. And then if you go on the yearly, it's only $7.50 a month for the hobby, and it's only $82 a month for the pro plan. But you can get a business started for $9 a month. You can't get a McDonald's Happy Meal for $9 a month. So why not? Why not? Right? Why not? What happened to me here? There I am. Why not? Why not now? Why not you? Because this thing's only getting bigger and better every single day. And you can run a business for $9 a month, and they take care of everything. They take care of the payments. They take care of the payouts. They take care of the links. They take care of all your metrics. They'll show you every single month how many people visited your main page on your community. Do you know how much you would pay for that if you were paying these other platforms for that kind of analytics? You would pay hundreds of dollars a month just for that privilege. And Skool does this for you as part of a $9 a month thing. $9 a month. And you can have live calls. Like I said, you can set up events. You can set up webinars, or like my friend Lion likes to call them, vibinars. Man, you can set up all of that stuff for $9 a month. It is absolutely insane what you can do. So if you want to check my group out, this is us. We are the Cash Flow Path. That is what we call ourselves, because I believe this is the way to do it, not trying to get paid for views, right? The Cash Flow Path. So we're going to teach you how to build a community. We're going to teach you how to build recurring income. And then we're going to teach you how to build a life that you like being a part of, right? Lion gets paid to help people with their video. Lion gets paid to help people do what I've been able to do with these slides and everything. That's Lion's business. That's Lion's job. And so Lion gets to do every single day exactly what he wants to do, right? Because he's built a business out of something he loves. Because he's built income he owns. He doesn't rent it off of YouTube, or he doesn't rent it off Facebook. He built something that he owns. And he's got his own school group. But Lion taught me how to use all these cool tools called Ecamm, and all these slides and all these different things, and to be able to go live on all these different places. He taught me all of that stuff inside of his community. So that's why I recommend it so highly. But that's all you have to do, man, is get started. Get started. And there are so many things that you could start a community about. I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless, right? Where is my thing here? All right. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Let me just show you some communities here. All right. So we have hobby communities, right? We have music communities. We have money communities. We have spirituality. We have tech. We have health. We have sports. We have self-improvement, and we have relationships. Now, this woman, and here's something I didn't even cover with you, and I just don't have time, but Skool, this platform, they're actually running ads to help people get customers. They're running ads to help people get customers. Now, you see this woman right here? She's got 3,000 members. She just did a post inside of the main community. Look what she has done in the last 7 days. 321 members paying $5 a month. 300 additional members in the last 7 days. And now you can see she is #1 on trending. She's teaching people how to run faceless YouTubes, which I'm not in favor of, because I think we've got enough faceless and we've got enough AI stuff in the world. But God love her, more power to her. You know what? More power to her. But she found a market, right? For people. She found the market for the people, and she just decided, this is what I'm going to do. And then school came along and said, hey, you are having success, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to run ads to get more people to come to your school community. In the last month, she's had 15,000 visitors to her school community. 15,000. And 300 new members in the last 7 days alone. So, powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff. And if it's not faceless YouTube for you, maybe it's bird watching. Maybe it's co-sleeping. Lion once showed a community for women whose spouses are in prison. They're in jail. They're in lockup. And this woman had, I don't know how many people she had in that group, but she had a couple hundred people, and I think they were paying like $10 a month or something like that. So, man, she's making money. Right? So it doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter how niche you think it is. It doesn't matter how little you think other people care about it. I can promise you there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in this giant world that care just as much about that thing as you do. And all you have to do is find those people and invite them to your group, and it's like you have a cover charge at the door. It's like when you go out and there's a band, right? You want to see the band, you got to pay the cover charge. Okay. And every time you want to do it, yeah, about 70 people. Okay, 70 people, $10. That's $700, man. Nobody's sneezing at $700 a month. And that community's only going to get bigger, right? It's only going to get bigger. But that's all it is. It's like you are the door guy or girl, right? You're at the door and you're saying, hey, to get in, it's this much. And it's usually not anything that is, extraordinary. The most successful group that I have seen that deals with individuals, where it's attracting individuals. Now, if you're dealing with business owners, you can charge a lot more. I know a guy who charges $1,500 a month for his community, and he is the #1 earner on school. He is the GOAT. But his is for blue collar businesses. And he charges $1,500 a month to be in his group. And he's got over 700 and something people. Dude's making like $750,000 a month. Not typical, but possible, right? So one last time, let me show you. If you want to check us out, you can go to the Cash Flow Path. We are on school. You can look up for Cash Flow Path, or you can just click the link in my bio and it'll take you right there. And I have a 7-day free trial. But here's what I recently did, and this is partly due to my friend Lion too. When you step up your brand, right? When you step up your brand, what happens? Your perceived value increases. And if your perceived value increases, guess what? You can charge more. Because you have more authority, people believe you more, they trust you more, and they like you more. Because if you can create things that hold people's attention, you're just going to have a higher profile. And video is your brand if you're in this type of thing, right? If you're creating content, video is your brand. All right, now I don't normally do this, but I am. I'm going to give you a peek behind the curtain here. This is what my lives used to look like before my guy Lion, all right? Try not to cry. God, is that awful. Look at that. Now, are you much more likely to listen to this guy or this guy? Look at this. I got all this crap scattered everywhere. So I just gave you a look behind the curtain. But the average person who doesn't see my lives all the time, they don't know that. They don't know where I'm broadcasting from. Right, exactly. Dollar menu. I like that, Lion. I like that. I might have to create a slide for that. But here's what happened as a result of working with Lion and some other folks. I decided, you know what? I'm done dealing with tire kickers. I'm done dealing with freebie seekers who won't even do what I suggest that they do so they can get results. And I finally just decided I'm done with that. So I have created a buffer. And that buffer is my group is $49 a month. Now, here's the thing though. I do 4 live calls every single month. And they're anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half once every week. So let's say they're an hour. Okay, forget hour and a half, and I always go an hour and a half because Lion knows I can talk like there's no tomorrow. But let's just say they're an hour, and my community's $49 a month. That's $12.25 an hour for my time for a guy who has been on this platform for 3+ years. I don't know, is my time worth $12.25 an hour? You're damn right it is. Right? So I just got away from the freebie groups. And I think you're going to see more of that in the future because people are realizing I'm worth more than I'm being paid for. And if you're making content on these platforms and not getting paid what you're worth, you certainly know that you're worth more than you're being compensated for. So check it out. School is the way. It's only getting better every single day. They're constantly improving. Before long, you're probably going to see ads on YouTube and Google and all sorts of other places for school and for specific school communities, so you can go visit those places and join them. So one last time, check out the cash flow path. And look, here's the thing. I do a 7-day free trial because I will challenge you to go through everything that you can go through in the first 7 days and not say that this is worth $49 a month. I'll challenge you to that. And I'm going to be adding some more stuff as I learn more about Ecamm and this software and how to make your video better, because video is part of the game. I'm going to be teaching that, right? Because I'm learning every single week and day from Lion. So I'm going to be teaching the things that I'm learning. But you don't need websites, you don't need funnels, you don't need email sequences, you don't need landing pages, email capture lead magnets. You don't need any of that stuff anymore. You literally just need content and send it to a school. That's it. And then you just make it the best possible school, and school takes care of everything else. School brings in your members or helps you bring in members. School helps you get paid. School pays you out in a timely fashion. School helps you set up affiliate programs in when you up level to the type of membership that you have, all of that stuff. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You got nothing to lose. For $9 a month, you got nothing to lose. So anyway, that's going to about wrap it up for me. If you have any questions and I did not address them, drop them in either the recording of this live, or you can also drop them in any of my videos that are on my channel, and I got a bunch of them. And why don't I just let you know where my channel is so you can check it out. Have a good night, guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.